Hey guys, Lee and Michelle, Resistance Chicks. It is February 21st, 2017. So yesterday we celebrated President's Day.
Yay, you think.
Other people celebrated Not My President's Day.
It wasn't a celebration.
Not
it
my
was a total
President's Day.
It was awful. And here's the thing. We have a great founding. We're founded on Christian nation. We're founded on the Word of God. George Washington is such a man of God, and it should have taken one day to celebrate the founding of this country. But the thing of it is that they don't like the founding of this country. They don't like what our country was built upon. And we're going back to that, back to honesty and holiness and purity and righteousness. And they don't like that. And, I was talking to the Peanut Gallery, my mom, about this. And there's a whole rally that they had yesterday. And it was, I am a Muslim too. And here's the thing about this, you guys. Michael Moore, he set up a calendar where you can go and you can recognize all the protests that are happening around the country every day. Every day there's going to be something. And these are not grassroots protests. These are not grassroots. Somebody has to organize these.
There's a reason why Obama is calling it organizing for action, because it has to be organized, and they're really having to pull teeth and really.
So watch our video
up.
on the Organizing for Action. They've already trained 25,000 people in a 6-week program on how to get on social media. You look at Twitter and all the little Twitter brigades.
And how mean and nasty they are.
There are people on there like normal people. Like I get on there and it's like normal. I'm a normal person, but then there's like these armies. Seriously. Okay, there's these armies that I don't have an army that I get together and I do these secret things with to try to bash people.
They don't know we have an army. Don't tell them that. We got an army.
No, they can tell on my Twitter I have no army.
Okay, fine.
But here's the thing. I mean, like on Facebook and on all these social media sites, they're being trained at low level, mid level, and high level to do these things, and we call it the AstroTurf movement.
It's not grassroots.
It's fake. But who is faking it? Who's at the head of it? There's a lot of people at the helm, but recognize that we had a Muslim president for 8 years. This is not racist. It's not Islamophobic, okay?
Fact.
It's a fact. And the Muslims around the globe got really haughty. And I'm not saying that all Muslims are bad, but there are people in Saudi Arabia, they're evil regimes. Iran, evil regimes. Okay?
To say that there's not is just bullheadedness.
And they have put things, what's going on in Sweden and what's going on in all these different countries.
Which we're going to get to that later.
Allowing these Muslims to come in and bring their laws and eventually to take over the West. That's the idea. So this is a really creepy protest where everybody's got these signs that were, I'm sure, handed out at the protest.
I am a Muslim too. It's so ridiculous. Thank you. What's on my face?
I don't know what's on your face. It's a beautiful face.
Donuts.
Smack it around.
Liam makes me homemade donuts.
We are standing here
Susan Sarandon.
at this moment in history.
What is that?
And it is no longer possible to be neutral.
Just look at the signs, really. They've got this one is one of the main ones they put everywhere. They're everywhere. This was actually funny to me.
That's somebody to put a lot of work into that.
So, I am Muslim too, was especially in New York.
Their chants are the same everywhere they go. Hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. I'm like, these sound like the cheers that we did in high school. This was really good.
My name is Nicholas Norman, and I am undocumented and unafraid.
I'm undocumented and unafraid. Donald Trump's a stupid clown, I think they said.
They're very mature arguments that they're posing here.
Just stand around on your phone for a little while. You paid your $15 an hour.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
It hurts me.
It's a kind of embarrassing, actually. No ban, no wall. So after we debunked the fact that it's a ban, it's just a hole, Lee and I went around going, no wall, no wall. That was from one of our other videos, and I literally go around the house saying that all the time because it's hilarious. No wall.
WGN's Sean Lewis has the latest.
Stop got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
We did this in cheerleading. Hey,
Across
hey.
the Chicago
Ho,
River,
ho.
in the shadow
The
of Trump
Tigers
Tower,
have got to
by
go.
looking at the
Football
signs here,
cheer.
the concerns of this group were not singular.
The
even if
concerns of
target
this group
was.
have no consensus.
I think what he's doing with immigration is not right.
I am very upset about the potential loss of American values.
They Are Values 11-year-old Eli Lundy says he does understand, even at his age, freedom of the press and immigrant rights are his top concerns.
The majority of the people trying to come here are good, and they're trying to start a new life and escape terror and danger.
Resistance becomes a duty.
This President's Day protest in warm February temperatures emboldened those who believe their voices are not being
Genocide for black
considered
people.
by
That's
the
called Planned
month-old
Parenthood,
Trump
by the way.
administration.
I'm rallying against the Trump agenda and rallying for immigrant rights and women's rights and Black Lives Matter.
This makes my heart so heartwarming.
It sure does, doesn't it?
I have been bullied from who I am, whatever I am. I am a Muslim. I feel like I belong here right now. Here, this is a moment that I belong.
I think what's dangerous is the fear mongering and the fake news that he's promulgating all the time.
You're promulgating the same story over and over and over and over again across.
And yes, look, the official Not My President's Day protest ended about an hour ago. And as you see, there's plenty of unofficial protesting still going on. People just exercising their First Amendment rights throughout Columbus Circle. And yes, we have been covering protests of this size that you see or larger almost every day now for the last month since President Trump took office.
And by the way, they have no jobs. Nothing. They have nothing to do. Nothing.
Hundreds of protesters showed up for the Not My President's Day march and rally downtown this morning. Utahns concerned with the Trump administration started marching at 9 this morning in front of the Wallace F. Bennett Federal Building. They walked down State Street and gathered in Washington Square.
I've never been politically active, but
But you are now. I know. Life is so hard for you. You look like you have a hard life. Seriously.
Guys, over 1,500 people signed up on Facebook to be here today. And as you can see behind me, there are more than that who are here. Now, this is a protest, and there's as number of people who are here is the number of people who have different issues. This is an umbrella. This is not just one issue these folks have. We're going to go ahead and toss it to the package because we have someone harassing us out here. So let's go ahead and...
There's so many different issues. Well, it seems that some of them got a little bit out of control, got a little bit into the police. So in keeping with the everything is game, this was turned into like an anti-police rally. And
of course, throw that in there. Why not?
Or some more people
Really
were
happy
arrested.
about
We saw a
that.
police tactic of kind of police swooping in and arresting a few more who were in the street, although at the time they arrested them, they were on the sidewalk. Now we do have some video of a group of arrests from
no prisons,
earlier.
no police.
And
That's always a good
you can
idea.
tell it's gotten quite heated here. What really started as an anti-Trump rally has somewhat turned into an anti-police rally, in part because the protesters don't like the tactics the police are using. At one point they did use some flashbangs. I believe they thought the protesters had gotten too close to them. They were certainly yelling at them. But the police made their announcement that, you know, if you go in the streets, you will be arrested. And that is exactly what happened. So we don't know what the rest of the day will hold.
That woman was trying to help another woman who had gotten up in the police officer's face and like flicked them off and was yelling at them and spitting in their faces. And so they think they shot her with rubber bullets, and then she tried to help
right
her.
now,
whatever.
Folks are being rather peaceful. They are
right now. They're being rather peaceful. So this is the story. Actually, a female protester gives cop the finger. Reportedly tries to spit at them, so they lay down the law. And of course, they're going to play themselves as the victim every single time.
And of course, the videos are no longer available. An error has occurred. YouTube often censors different things.
Yeah, this was up just a minute ago. Let me see if
This is on the Blaze. Obviously, you guys can see that, but that wouldn't surprise me if they were censoring videos on the Blaze.
This is the Portland Police Bureau. Southwest 6th Avenue is open to vehicular traffic. You must immediately vacate the roadway and proceed to the sidewalk. If you remain on the roadway, you're subject to arrest. For disorderly conduct interfering with a police officer and other state and city officers. To raise the razor, you have been disgraced.
You can't get up in a police officer's face and start screaming at them.
They're not like, the British guards have to just stand there like that.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. I mean, this is...
Sometimes I think people are just ignorant. They don't know. That's what I have to assume. Either that or they're literally trying to incite something.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, they are just trying to... I mean, they jumped off the thing, they started arresting people, and it was just... they want to do this, they're trying to do this, they're trying to make themselves be heard, they're trying to bring the... It's just, I don't know, it's mind-boggling, actually. Words?
I guess I'm just kind of a little bit shocked because I'm thinking about...
Some of this is so shocking. I think like after the British one last night, I didn't really have a lot to say, because if you have eyes to see, it speaks for itself.
Right.
If you don't have eyes to see, then you're left confused.
Right.
And so for me, I see this, and I know that they're paid. I know that they're being prodded by the mainstream media. I know that they're spinning lies. I know that there's a war for information out there, and I know that, we're winning. And so I look at it, and I just laugh. Like, okay, whatever. It's kind of like when, I know what it is. When a little kid comes up at you, and they start to hit you and punch you, and you're just like,
you hold them with their, their head with your hand.
It's like, it's not anything. It's just, it's mentally, you people are not there, and I'm praying for you to come back to reality. Donald Trump is your president. Jesus Christ is Lord of all. This is going to be a Christian nation, one nation under God, once again. And you can cry all that you want, and you can whine all that you want, and you can get up in police officers and say, oh, no prisons, no police, no ban, no wall. You can do all of this that you want to do. But you, not you, the listeners, everyone else, they've lost.
They have lost. Fly at this point.
They've lost, and so they're just hanging on. It's the Titanic, it's sinking. Christian values are back. I mean real Christian values where you love your neighbor, and we're trying to tell them. They're yelling at us. They're saying you're Nazis, you're hateful, and I guarantee you there are some Nazi hateful people in the world. There's millions and billions of people, and there are hateful people in the world, right? But good people are going to be in control again, and you are going to like it, and things are going to be fine. You're no longer going to need to take your Xanax and your depression and your psychotic medicines anymore, because life is going to be okay again.
Well, I think what the leftists don't really understand is that they're in a society. John Locke talked about entering into society. There's going to be a rule book, right? There just is going to be. Now, we can go by the no prisons and no police rule book where everybody just kind of does whatever the heck that they want, right? And morality, people can rape, people can pillage, people can do all of these different things, riot and ruin people's property, or we can operate under a system rules of laws that are laid out in the Bible according to Jesus Christ, where you love your neighbor as yourself, right? And that's what actually keeps the peace. So whether you believe it or not, and this is what Thomas Jefferson said, listen, according to the teachings of Jesus Christ, I call myself a Christian. And so whether you're a Christian or not, you have to respect that the United States of America is a Christian nation. And another thing that I don't think that leftists understand is that whether you like the phrase conservative, libertarian, whatever, more often than not, the right-leaning people believe in less government, smaller control, smaller regulations. And so now the leftists have gone to this big bandwagon where you guys on the right can't tell us what to do, you can't tell us how to live our lives, but actually the leftist idealism is to always control. It leads to socialism and it leads to communism, which is control, 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 and you never have a choice on your own. So on the leftist side, you can choose to be a Muslim, you can choose to marry your homosexual partner. You can choose to kill your own child, but they strip away every other choice in life that you have.
Right.
Okay, so it's not really a choice. It is a very limited menu, and they operate under the guise of having choice.
Here we go.
But there's no choice on the leftist side. It's all rules and communism. This is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it's not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid. But you called my name. Turned my eyes to the lies.
New videos, and find us on Facebook where we can interact with you guys on a daily basis. Thanks for watching. God bless.